When you step outside, chances are you'll see a stream of cars, buses, and maybe the occasional cyclist whizzing by. But take a moment to think, how does each of these modes of transportation affect the environment around us? Today, we're taking a deep dive into the world of transit to discover which means of getting from A to B is the kindest to our planet. If you've ever wondered whether you should bike, drive, or catch a bus, stay tuned as we explore this pressing query. Now, before we pedal further into our journey, if you're enjoying this investigative approach to everyday questions, make sure you hit that like button. Every thumbs up supports us in bringing more enlightening content your way. Let's set the wheels in motion with one of the most environmentally friendly options available: walking. It may seem like a no-brainer. Walking doesn't produce any emissions, requires no fuel, and has a zero-carbon footprint. But the benefits of walking extend far beyond the absence of exhaust fumes. It reduces the need for vast parking spaces, contributes to less noise pollution, and is undeniably beneficial for our health. And it doesn't stop there. Walking-friendly cities often find that with increased foot traffic comes a buzzier street life, which can be a catalyst for stronger communities and local economies. Transitioning from foot to pedal. Cycling is another green giant in the realm of transportation. A trusty bicycle not only offers the same emissions-free advantages as walking, but can cover greater distances at increased speeds. Cities around the world are recognizing this and are adding miles of bike lanes to accommodate the growing number of cyclists. Yet, it's not just about infrastructure. It's about a shift in cultural attitudes. The rise of bike-sharing programs is testament to a burgeoning eco-awareness, and the growing popularity among commuters is a sign that two wheels can be just as effective as four or more. But what about when you need to travel further than feet or bikes can comfortably take you? This is where public transit comes bustling in. Buses, trains, and subways are the muscle in the fight against inner-city congestion and greenhouse gases. By transporting large numbers of passengers simultaneously, they significantly reduce the emissions that would have been produced had those individuals all been driving separate vehicles. Just by choosing to hop on public transportation, you're helping to decrease your carbon footprint and shape a sustainable future. However, public transit isn't without its challenges. Efforts to electrify buses are gaining momentum, and electric trains are already a staple in many parts of the world. These advancements are pivotal in reducing the reliance on fossil fuels. Yet, the conversation about public transit isn't just about its power sources. It's about accessibility, reliability, and affordability. The blueprint for a sustainable transport system must account for all these factors, ensuring it becomes a preferred choice for everyone, no matter their destination. At this point, we've cruised through some of the most environmentally amiable ways to get around. But the journey doesn't end here. There's more to unpack as we continue to explore the wide world of green transportation. Stay connected with us, and let's keep this conversation active. Drop your thoughts in the comments about how your city encourages eco-friendly transit. And while you're at it, consider subscribing for more insightful dives into environmental topics. Now let's switch gears and steer our attention towards the road less traveled, or should we say the technology-infused highway of the future. Electric and hybrid vehicles. It's a sector that's charging ahead, promising a substantial reduction in emissions for personal transport. With each passing year, electric vehicles, EVs, and hybrids carve a cleaner path on our roads. But it's not just the tailpipe emissions that count. To truly gauge their environmental impact, we must consider the entire life cycle, from manufacturing to energy sourcing for electricity. Delving into the world of EVs, we find that while they emit no greenhouse gases during operation, the production process and the electricity used to charge their batteries can still have an environmental footprint. This is where renewable energy becomes a game changer. If an EV's battery is charged with wind, solar, or hydroelectric power, we're looking at a revolutionary blend of mobility and sustainability. And with advancements in battery technology, the range anxiety that once plagued potential EV adopters is swiftly becoming a thing of the past. Joining the EVs in the green lane are hybrid vehicles, the versatile intermediaries. They combine internal combustion engines with electric power, often using the latter for city driving, where emissions are most problematic. Now, before we continue to uncover the layers of this environmental travel saga, take a moment to subscribe if you're eager to stay informed. Our journey towards a sustainable future is ongoing, and by joining us, you'll always have a seat at the table of discussion. Each mode of transportation paints a different stroke on the canvas of environmental impact. But we haven't touched on ride-sharing and carpooling yet. In an age where shared economy and community-based solutions are on the rise, the concept of shared journeys opens up a new avenue. Imagine a daily commute where instead of a sea of half-empty private vehicles, we have fewer cars, all operating at full capacity. This isn't just a pipe dream. Thanks to digital platforms facilitating rideshare options, it's increasingly becoming our reality. Reducing the number of cars on the road means less congestion and pollution, and more social interaction, albeit possibly with plexiglass between us. What about the big emitters? Air travel and maritime transport, while necessary components of our globalized world, are significant contributors to greenhouse gas emissions. The aviation industry is soaring to find solutions, from fuel-efficient aircraft designs to the nascent field of electric airplanes. Meanwhile, in our oceans, cleaner fuels and propulsion methods lay the canvas for a less polluting maritime sector. Stay tuned for more discussions. And remember, each subscription isn't just a number. It's a voice in our growing community of changemakers. Together, we're not just passengers on this planet. We're its caretakers. Let's drive that message home, one video at a time.